All right, folks, Vincent Rose here, Isolation Sessions number 7. We're going to do some Kenny Rogers. If you haven't heard, Kenny Rogers passed away last week. Big loss to the country music community as well as the music community at large. He was certainly a legend all around. His biggest song and my favorite of his is The Gambler, written by a guy named Don Schlitz, who also wrote You Say Nothing at All by Alison Krauss. So the guy had some chops in the writing department. So this one's a little harder than you think, so if you know it, stick around. There's a couple little tweaks to this one that are a little bit different. So I'll run through verse and a chorus and some of the changes and come back and get up nice and close and show you what's going on. All right? On a warm summer's evening, a train bound for nowhere, met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to speak, so we took turns of staring the window at the darkness till boredom overtook us. He began to speak. He said, "Son, I made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. And if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of bases. For a taste of your whiskey, I will give you some advice. You gotta know when to hold, know when to fold on, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. You're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Every gambler knows the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a loser and every hand's a winner, and the most you can hope for is to die in your sleep. You gotta know. All right. That's about it. So some funny little things going on there. I'm going to start with the intro, and then we'll talk about this a little later and some options to not do that, or do it. I'll show you how. Well, it's pretty simple. You just saw it. But anyways, away we go. So this one is this is the recorded key, so it's in D sharp. I guess Kenny liked it just a little bit higher than D, and that's what he got. And so away we go. It's when you listen to the intro, there's two guitars kind of happening there at once, but the main riff that catches your ear is this. So that little piece there, a little trickier than it sounds. You're just hitting a D chord and you're hitting that open D string twice, and then the strum. And you're getting in position for what would be a G chord, but you're not going to hit the G. Well, you could, but you don't need it. So that's the first section, and then it goes. The one guitar goes. And then the other, so you're mixing the two of them, so. Which is fine just to, but now in order to get that and get the chord, you got to change the way you're playing your Ds. So I'm going to do this slow again. So it's two notes on the open D string. So when you get to here, you're playing that note with the pinky. And again, you don't have to do any of this, but, but it kind of gives it that little extra, that touch to sound like the recorded version. And then back to the G, so. And this is a handful. Yeah, it's a handful. It's not just you. It's a handful for everybody. So it's hard to hold the pinky down like that, but good skill to have. Even me, see, let's not, so don't feel bad. So that's kind of the little intro, and he just does that twice, and then that's it. And then the rest of it is just kind of the, you know, you can choose to do it a couple ways. So you can strum the later verses, but in the beginning I like to keep it a little quiet. So, and I'll kind of rely on this old country style. The bass line would be, on a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, met up with the gambler. We were both too tired to speak, so we took turns. And then you mix that in with the chord. So Johnny Cash and Kenny Rogers in the style, right? Just that swinging kind of on a warm summer's evening on a train bound for nowhere. And when you get to the G chord, which is the second chord in the song, you can just do that hit, which is the same thing you did on the intro, but it's basically G, bound for nowhere. Met up with the gambler. It's going to go to an A. We're both too tired to speak. Again, I do my A like that, but it could be. So we took turns of staring, right? Window at the darkness, or through the darkness, till boredom overtook us. And he began to speak. So you see the pattern? It follows that all the way through. So I hand, and then I kind of keep it nice and. So I handed in my bottle, drank down my last swallow, and then you kind of get that strum. Leave those kind of walking bass notes if you want. Again, the song builds as it is, and if you want to follow it on the guitar, you can still get loud and hit those as well. But whatever you want to do, my recommendation, you kind of start quiet, you build it up, and you're building up. There's actually, I did 2 verses on the demo, but there's 3 verses until it kicks into "You Gotta Know," and kind of think of it in terms of that. If you're performing it even around your house, just kind of builds it up, gives it a little more character. And the song, and "You Gotta Know," and it just flows right into that. But a good way I always found is you're kind of going to be say, he said, "Hey, you're gonna play the game, boy. You gotta learn to play it right." And if you do a shot there, it's kind of nice because it gets everyone's attention, and most people will sing this along with you when you're playing it. You gotta know where to hold them. Then you're at the same chords again. Know where to fold them. Know where to walk away. Just the D and G. Know when to run. You never count your money. So it flips around when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. So most of the songs stick with the D, G, and then throw in the A every once in a while. It's that simple, right? But that's basically the 3 chords of the whole song. It's 1-4-5 of the major scale, classic country chords, blues, rock, so much. But he jumps up half a step. So half a step puts you in a weird position. There's no really open chords that are fluid for that. But he kind of takes a little second to get there on the recorded version. There's almost like a stop, enough to move. So you literally can take the capo and you can slide it up if you get the timing. So you practice it. And you play the exact same thing, different position, but same fingering. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just stick with the D, and you can go a full step up, which would put you into an E chord. So it'd be, there's time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Every gambler knows the secret to surviving. Now you've got the same 3 chords, but you're up a full step. And the 3 chords are going to be E to an A. It's to survive it. Knowing what to throw. Again, kick E, A, E string, A string. Knowing what to keep. And this is a B7 chord. And on the B7 you get the, that's what you're after there. And you kind of got to lift your finger up for that. Every hand's a winner, and every hand's a loser. You can get that. That's a pretty popular country move right there, lifting your ring, your next to ring finger, your bridesmaid finger. That's pretty good. Bridesmaid finger on the A string on the 2nd fret in this case. You'll sleep. So that's about it. Those are the chords as they go around. And again, this is a fantastic song to pull out anywhere. Even at a rock show, country show, it doesn't matter. Everyone knows it, and everybody wants to sing. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money, and you can can jump the octave and have some fun with it. So it's a great one. Stay safe out there, folks, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.